What's up, guys? Back in today with more My Hero Academia, this time with the final season, the penultimate episode, I believe. We've only got one more after this, which feels crazy, although, as I keep saying every week, we have got the Vigilante series coming back next season, I do believe, which you guys know I absolutely loved. It reminds me a lot of the initial seasons of My Hero Academia. But yeah, fantastic episode last week with us seeing more of the Todoroki family, which was awesome. Had a lovely scene between Bakugo and Midoriya as well. On that point, I do want to talk about some controversy regarding the manga specifically. I do remember when it came out, which wasn't all that long ago, maybe a year or so ago. I can't specifically remember, maybe a bit longer than that. But some people in the comments were talking about how people were taking or laughing at Midoriya's new haircut and his like shaved side of his head, which I found kind of questionable because he's got a massive scar on the side of his head. Do these people know how like operations work with hospitals and such? Like you can't just, if you're going to be operating on somebody, you can't just keep their lovely hair intact there. It's like that one seemed pretty crazy. I guess been spoiled on one character's outcome, that being Deku's, and what he ends up doing in the future. I won't say it just for the people that don't know, but I remember people, maybe it's just because Twitter is it promotes negative stuff, but I saw a lot of people laughing at it. A lot of people didn't like it, but it was more so people making fun of it. And I always felt a bit dodgy about that because that was my dream job growing up. As an adult, I now recognise that really not the best job to have. It's a fulfilling job, but yeah, I always thought that was a bit dodgy, to be honest with you. So be interesting to see how the anime kind of viewers and such take it. They seem to have taken things a lot better than the manga readers already. So it's just quite interesting seeing the kind of the comparisons in reception, isn't it? Yeah, you villain. God, you know what, England, they'd be absolutely hating you. Send the boats. America as well, probably, yeah. Get the boats, build the wall, using taxpayers' money. Absolute villain. It's amazing, isn't it? Those people are branded like the most villainous people in the country. Yeah, they're some of the most fragile and like, yeah. It's quite funny, isn't it? There's actual villains like running the government and creating rules and administering laws and shit that are awful. Yeah, they try and pin it on the most vulnerable people in the country. It's yeah, I won't go too much further with that because it's quite political. I'm not really too much on my politics, but it's just amazing that the biggest villains, the politicians and such, try so hard to create like a new villain to pin things on other than themselves. Maybe there's a couple for you guys, but one of the big reasons I'm not into politics is because I've never met any politician in general, to be honest. But I've never seen a politician I've liked. I've never seen a truth-telling, real, human, down-to-earth politician. Don't know about you guys. Not sure there's a good one amongst them. Maybe there is out there somewhere fighting a hard fight, but I'm not sure how I could vote for anybody or do anything like that when everybody's lying and like, yeah. Who are we talking about here? Like, do these people not see that ginormous scar on the side of his head? But yeah, I'm gonna give a nice. Gonna give Spinner some of Shigaraki's final words. I don't think he's going to appreciate hearing this. I mean, he is, but just not from Deku. No, he's already took it better than I thought, actually. They're talking about Spinner here. Okay. Or I was assuming they're talking about Shigaraki, but I don't know. Yeah, can you say the guy's name so I know who you're talking about? Probably says it in the top right, but I can't read that. I doubt that. Autobiography. But fair enough. Spinner writing a book. I'd like to read that. Always, even if you're not on the side of the thing, it's always interesting reading another person's perspective, especially on a event as big as this. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. Got to stand up for the rights of these octomorphs. They're called. I kind of forget the name for it. Octomorphs. Is it octomorphs? I don't know. The people with quirks that make them kind of inhuman. Just like a regular ass guy. So, as I say every week, I didn't care too much for season 4, so like none of this I don't remember too well. Don't get me wrong, there's things I loved in season 4. I think especially the big three of UA. I love their introductions. Of course they're gonna look up to you. You guys saved the fucking world. You're probably the reason half these people are here. Yeah, exactly. Everybody probably. Like, remember when these guys took like the entrance exams, and I mean the obvious one, All Might. You're kind of these guys' miniature All Mights. Just that one in the middle looks a lot like Uraraka. You think? You gotta say that. You gotta do the man like that. Come on. So I hear him saying Yankee there. Is that the word for delinquent? Yankee, I remember what a lot of English people call American people. So maybe it's like a combination of an American delinquent type. You know what? I've never mentioned this about this like title card because it's you think it's just title card, but I'm not sure if this is exactly the case. But when it does come in, you see the kind of lighting that brings the title card of My Hero Academia in, and I always think it's going to be the My Villain Academia. So I do think it's quite fun how the logo itself is kind of essentially built like the interworkings of that is from the My Villain Academia. That makes any sense? I'm probably wording that horribly, but like just the color scheme of the lighting that brings that in. It's like, don't forget My Villain Academia. That was a big part. That was a massive part of this story. It's a bit of a big foundation of the series. That's how I kind of take that 2-second title card. Maybe I'm looking too far into it. Maybe they just want to use different colors, but yeah, I always think the My Villain Academia title card's going to come up. Really? You gave him a bus all the way here just to apologise? Oh, you sure are, aren't they? Oh, yeah. Like, respect it, but shouldn't wait. Also, why is this? I mean, I know he's a teacher, to be fair, But why is he not helping out with the rebuilding? I mentioned him at last episode with the whole rebuilding stuff. He's like the prime kind of rebuilder, no? He's like the prime guy you want helping out. You see like Uraraka carrying all these rocks and stuff. Like this guy could have this done in minutes. Put him on teacher's leave or whatever. Oh shit. He's falling in love. I mean, he already liked her, but the heartbeat there. That was a heartbeat of love, was it not? Is she on a date with Deku? Is that why she's not answering her texts? Oh, you fucked up. That's like the biggest fuck up you can make as a news worker, I'll call it. How you as a camera operator don't have multiple like batteries is crazy. Like if I was doing that job, especially in a massive moment like this, surely you'd remember to bring multiple batteries. Not important. That's why I said last episode, those people that live streamed this whole event should get some kind of like award, shouldn't they? They literally filmed history for people to remember, which is kind of sad with the current state of AI. Not sure you can trust too many videos nowadays, so it's almost, could say it could be ending a whole profession and such in the not too far future. You got to stop believing, just like they say, until you see it, you can't believe it. But even now, you can see it, and it's not real. So yeah. I've been looking forward to this. It was like a century ago. I don't remember that. Can I give the poor boy some points, bless her? Jesus Christ. A lot of tears. Weird moment to say this, I know, but she's almost like too perfect for Deku in the terms of, she reminds me a little bit of his mum. Like they're both really lovely, and they look a little similar, I guess. That's about it, but yeah. Oh, definitely. Could say that about Shigaraki as well. So I mean, it is. I mean, we know these are lovely, good people, but you would get, even from the heroes, a lot of the time they would just absolutely just not concern themselves with thinking like this, would they? About these what ifs and like to care. Like villains are villains, if you know what I'm saying. Like a lot of them would just be like, villains are villains. They've done awful things. I'm fine with what I've done to them. I'm fine with how they ended up. Again, even from the good guys, that I mean, that would happen quite a lot. I think. I mean, you see that a lot in real life of criminals that are like, just because you're a criminal, yeah, you've got a stigma to you. You get a reception of don't want to get involved with you and such, and it's understandable. But it doesn't mean it's right just to write off every person that's ever done anything, any kind of criminal action or anything. I don't know. I think there's a lot. Maybe what I'm trying to say is there's a lot we can learn from these very young kids. Even if you, as elementary as you might think that point is, of like be a good person, still so many adults, especially out there, that just had to get one last one of those, did we? Uh, yeah, there's still like, yeah, probably even more so if you're an adult. Things you can learn from here. Maybe be a bit more naive. Maybe be a bit more childish in regards to that kind of stuff. That's a lovely shot. Okay, really nice moment there with Deku and Uraraka. I am assuming I haven't seen this. Again, I did say earlier I had seen where Deku ends up, but um, I haven't seen who ends up with like who. But I do assume he's going to end up in a relationship with Uraraka, and they're going to have like. I'm going to imagine that I said earlier about her reminding me of his mum. I'm going to imagine if they have a kid, the kid's going to look exactly like his mother. If it's a girl, anyway. Do you reckon there'll be any other relationships between any of the class characters? I don't think I can see it. Mm, maybe Aoyama and the Invisible Girl, but I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, I said this a minute ago. I do kind of know that we have a bit of a skip coming up, I think. Which I always do like. I always do like. I kind of like the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood version of it, where it's like it's extremely short, but it's like satisfying just to see a picture of them all. Just like a picture's enough. What's going on there exactly? What the hell? Look at President Mike. Everybody's graduating. The final episode. What's going on here exactly? This must be some kind of like dream sequence, right? Like surely. That is Deku's voice actor right there. Doesn't look especially like him. Yeah, that is just Midoriya. Um, Another thing I didn't even really think we even talk about till now is that yeah, I like it wasn't really that important because of the whole ordeal we were going through. I mean, the world was going to end essentially. Um, but yeah, there is just no one for all anymore, is there? Like, if anything does happen in the future, if this series does maybe get like another spin off or something. I mean, we've had vigilantes, but maybe like another main series entry or something. Yeah, there will be no one for all, which I think we're probably. I mean, I'd kind of be glad about that, to be honest with you, because we've seen the extent of one for all, haven't we? Really. Yeah, what's going on here exactly? My man Hawks. Be nice to see him. Not looking too sharp. Although women do love a man with scars, I guess. Yeah, looks like we're going to see some graduation here. Nice little uphill run right there. God, I've been doing loads of those in football training recently. My God, fucking hell. You never, you know, gravity's a powerful thing, but my God, you never fully comprehend the power of gravity till you're like like sprinting up a big old hill, and you feel like you're running in like quicksand or something crazy. Especially the more you do it. But yeah, there must be some kind of dream sequence, right? But yeah, look at President Mike. What the hell? This guy cleans up well, doesn't he? Looking all fancy. That's Shirakumo's grave. Joe, I always like these flowers because I had, I think, both these specific two sets of flowers outside my my old house, which I used to really like. So I didn't really give too much away, but again, I know a couple things. Again, I'll get into the spoilers now. So if you guys did want to lead without too much, it's not massive spoilers, but yeah, if you guys did want to finish now, this is the time. Thank you very much for watching. If you do, yeah, look, I think we're going to be having a bit of a time skip, which they've done pretty well to not show in the preview. Like I said, they've done a good job at not really spoiling anything. I've seen that we're going to see, I think, at least Deku's kind of career path as an adult now. And you've got to remember, he doesn't have a quirk anymore. Pretty impressive. He can graduate. I mean, he's still got, as we saw in this episode, he's still got a bit of one for all, but that will eventually go. I'm not sure how long it's going to be until graduation, but I'm going to assume that the power would be gone by graduation. So, I mean, he quite literally kind of saved the world, so that they should let him kind of graduate. But you've got to think, in real life, would they let you graduate in this instance? With how awful the governments and like people, like the bodies behind this kind of stuff is, I kind of think they probably wouldn't, even if you saved the fucking world. But yeah, is what it is. But yeah, we're going to see a few kind of futures of some characters. They tied things up pretty nicely today. Again, like the spinner scene here was really nice. I didn't care too much for this little section here, but again, that's just a personal thing. I really can't even barely remember those characters, to be honest with you. Even though they're quite a massive part in that season and the story going forward. But yeah, lovely scene here with Uraraka as well, which is nice. Again, I think we can probably expect to see a bit more of her and Deku next week, which would be lovely. But again, the only thing I've seen surrounding that could be spoilers is where Deku ends up, and that we're going to see these characters in the future. So I'm not sure to what extent. Again, the preview really didn't give too much away in that regard, so very much looking forward to seeing it myself. I just know, again, the reception to it was not fantastic. I don't think I saw a single positive thing said about it. Then again, I didn't see a single positive thing said about any of this season, because the places I guess I was looking were, again, they work on negativity. Even on YouTube. On my One Punch Man video, I got a lot of comments on it. I won't go too much into all of that, but it's just amazing to see. I was relatively positive about pretty much every episode, even though it's been a pretty dire season in regards to animation. I've had fun with some of the comedic episodes and some of the things. Again, I know that's a pretty unpopular opinion, but I've been pretty positive about every episode. And the one episode I was negative got 10 times the amount of views. 20 times the amount of comments, and that's just how the internet unfortunately works nowadays. Like, if I was to be smart, the smart thing would then be to make every like thumbnail, every video be like a negative video to gain more popularity, to get more impressions, and so on and so forth. But you know, we're gonna do that. I guess you might say I'm stupid. Maybe in a business sense it is, but it's just, you guys know that's not who I am. So yeah, maybe it's that kind of thing where only the negative stuff did pop up because that was the stuff that the algorithms kind of pushed. But yeah, I really didn't see too much positive in general about this final arc, especially these final episodes. So again, it will be really interesting seeing everybody's kind of reception to it, myself included, for myself, which is weird to say. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this second to last episode down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy this one, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these videos. And I'll catch you guys with the finale next week.